Okay. Very interesting, y'all. So, this is karmic, y'all. This is so karmic. It's not even. It is not even funny. So the devil card does indicate karmic situation, karmic ties, karmic connections. This could also be that there's a toxic situation in which you're in currently. The devil card can also indicate there's some old behaviors or old patterns in which may not suit you right now or may not be helpful at this time. Maybe there's this feeling of being trapped in a current situation. 7 of Swords. Whoa, interesting. So why is 7 of Swords coming out for this? The 9 of Swords. Okay, you know what I do, guys. I'm gonna clarify your reading that if I need to, but it's kind of looking pretty clear. But we'll see. We're gonna go through this. But again, the devil card is coming up here as like the situation being very, maybe feeling very stuck, not really sure, not necessarily, it's not uncertainty that you're dealing with. It's more of there is this feeling of being trapped, like in the connection, or that there is just these old habits, old ways of doing something that may not be helping you at this time. Okay. But this has a lot to do with karma. This has a lot to do with karma. This has a lot to do with the connection. I'm not saying that karma is coming up as if you deserve some of the stuff that's happening to you, but I'm saying that there's some sort of, because the lovers is the opposite side of the devil. Okay, it's like the same side. Well, there's a different side to the same coin. This is a connection in which it may feel like you're connected to somebody, and it's hard to break that karmic tie sometimes, especially when it comes to gaining closure when there wasn't any. All right. Now, I do feel like this does talk about some sort of connection with an individual because we have the King of Wands here, or because we have the Knight of Wands here. This could talk about a significant age difference, but then you have also the King of Cups here as well, guys. You're dealing with 3 people. All right. This could talk about a third-party situation for some of you guys as well, but I really feel like this is dealing with one individual. Okay, but let's see. All right, because I would get like, a little more cards here. Let's talk about the 3 of Swords or the 10 of Swords, something like that, that shows like a third party. But the only thing that we have here is the 7 of Swords, which can talk about denial because we have the High Priestess in here. But let's go ahead and get in here. The 3 of Cups is coming up in your current state of being. So this is about the reunion, or this is about connecting with someone. This is about reconnection with souls. This is reconnecting with people, connecting with people that are within your social circle, or gaining some sort of support for people that are in your circle right now, or people that matter to you, very close to you. But I really feel like this is considering a connection, or this is about reconnecting or reestablishing some sort of connection with someone or some ones. All right, some persons. Now, this is for some of you guys, but I do feel like this has a lot to do with something in regards to emotions. All right, something emotionally coming back online. The reason, well, not necessarily the reason being, I say the reason being, actually, yeah, the reason why I say that is because of the emotions coming back online, something really like spiritually coming back online, is because you have the High Priestess and the King of Cups. This is in your emotions. This is how you feel, your ideal lover, and your ideal lover is coming up here. Or this is someone that you feel very emotionally connected to. Okay, and you already have this connection with this devil card, so karma and spiritual, this could be psychic, but at the same time I feel like, yeah, this is something coming back coming back around, because it's not done yet. And the reason why I say that is because of justice. Balance. Ultimately, what is desired out of this whole outcome for this love life for you guys is balance, is things correcting itself, is closure, it has something to do with, finally balancing them scales. But the reason why these scales are not balanced right now is because of the High Priestess. And there's 2 things that I can see with the High Priestess, because I saw the 7 of Swords and the High Priestess. It could be this was just straight up denial. All right, somebody's straight up denying something, or there is something that's in the process of being denied, or like there's avoidance of it all 100%, but somebody knows what's going on. Somebody knows what's happening. Ultimately, the High Priestess knows everything. She knows what's hidden under the blanket. She knows what's in the scroll. She can understand those hidden languages. She is the person that understands the deep hidden knowledge. So when I see the high priestess with the seven of swords underneath the devil, there's some sort of connection in which there is a denial of, right? There's some sort of denying of that there's a connection that's no longer there or has been gone for a while, or ultimately there is just this connection. There's a denial of there's a connection, of there being a connection at all still, but yet there is. And I feel like the high priestess is talking about secrets or something not being said or something not being seen, some hidden knowledge coming up. So there could be that there is just some hidden knowledge. All right. Or there could be just, ultimately there could just be some hidden information coming up. And that's why there's a need for closure to come up, because there's karma that's happening here and it needs to be addressed. But there's some sort of something that's being ignored or put on the back burner, or just not being seen at all. And it may not be that's so, and it's not anyone's conscious fault, right? Potentially that there's a denial, right? They just feel that this connection is indefinite and there's nothing that can be done with it. But in actuality, there is. Justice talks about justice being served, justice being balanced, balancing things out, putting things, leveling things out, making them right. But high priestess is talking about, somebody don't see it. And with the seven of swords, somebody ain't seen it on purpose. Now with the knight of swords being the reason why the high priestess is coming up, is because potentially there was some action being done with, as far as moving or fleeing, or I don't think this is, I don't know if there's someone fled, but someone was fighting for what they believe in. Someone had a truth and they went with it, and they were very either aggressive with it, or they were very, certain about their truth. Okay, very certain about their truth and where they were going with that truth, making it happen. I do feel like this does indicate I feel like this is a twin flame relationship, because you do have significant age differences here. You have the high priestess and the empress in here. They're sisters, so that's very interesting. But let's set that aside for a moment. There's the knight of swords and then the kings. Like, that's all you get in this reading. So there is an age difference that's significant here with karma coming up. So I feel like this person may be, because the way it looks, right, this person's running away from what's the secret here. Okay, maybe this person in the past was fighting for the connection and now they just don't care. Or perhaps this is like a situation in which they just rather not even address, or not even rather see. But I don't know, right? But ultimately I feel like what they were running from was some sort of knowledge about the twin flame connection, or what they're fighting for was in regards to the connection. But now it's like, who knows what's going to come up? Who knows what's going to happen? And who knows what's to come, because the high priestess is here. Okay, I'm going to clarify the high priestess as well, because I'm not necessarily 100% solid on this answer being why there's a blockage for getting justice for your situation right now. Why is high priestess coming up? What do you mean by the high priestess coming up in the blockage energy? The Page of Pentacles. So something starting, some sort of small initiative or something. Or there could be that there's tedious work that's needed. It's interesting. Or waiting on some sort of offer. Because the high priestess, she's very passive. So perhaps there is something that needs to be received, but it hasn't come in yet. There's a lot of avoidance with somebody giving some sort of offer or some sort of communication. Someone could be denying the communication, again, because of the Seven of Swords. Okay? But I feel like there's just something that's, I feel like with this high priestess here, right, something that's not being seen, or there's something that's hidden regarding this connection due to this page of Pentacles, because of something that was started, or reevaluating of someone's values. Your best path to follow regarding this situation, because we're going to come back to that for a second. The best path to follow is the Empress. So this is talking about, creating abundance, being creative and shining through creativity. That's potentially why you have the King of Wands here. That's opposite her, which is a very creative energy anyway. He's very creative. So the King of Cups being in your feelings, it's very interesting. It's almost like you have a lot of emotions. You're feeling very intense emotions right now. You could also even be feeling in love, but you guys are also potentially feeling like, in a way, very vulnerable right now, in a very small sense. Like it's vulnerability that you have, but you're not letting everybody see it. So these two go hand in hand when it comes to being very passive and very psychic. Guys, I do feel like you're in a period in which you guys are like waiting for something, or looking to receive something. You're in a state of receptivity, which is not a bad thing ever. I don't think it's a bad thing. And I think you guys are waiting to receive some sort of information or some sort of message, some sort of offer. That is some sort of offer that is of value, right? It just shows some sort of value. But I do get this feeling here that this is kind of keeping something under wraps as well. Because the King of Cups, he feels all kinds of craziness, right? He feels all kinds of intense emotions, but he doesn't ever let it on. Nobody knows what he feels. And Aquarians, you guys are good at hiding whatever it is that you feel sometimes, okay? Like, people are, you get away with it a lot of times, but you guys, when you guys are feeling a certain way and you don't want nobody to know about it, they will not know about it. It's just it. They will not know about it. Nobody will even know that you were feeling a little bit under the weather. Nobody would know that you were feeling sad. Nobody would know that you were feeling probably happy, unless you wanted to be happy and show your happiness. But the King of Cups is very good at hiding his emotions or controlling his emotions in a way that doesn't show it out there to the outside world. But your best path to follow is the Empress card. I'm about to clarify this too. Whoa. Wow, okay, so the Queen of Pentacles and the Moon is coming up with like 5 different cards. I'm going to put that all back though, because I'm not sure. But it's talking about being creative. It's talking about creating something. But in a way, she can be very passive in itself. Venus, comfortable pleasure. Empress is, she's the only person that can talk down the Emperor. Why is the Empress coming up? Okay, why is the Empress coming up for the advice for Aquarius? The Two of Cups. So it's honestly talking about creating a situation or creating, I don't know about creation now. It's very interesting. The Empress is about creation. It's giving birth to something new, giving birth to new ideas, giving birth to an opportunity to build abundance, or giving birth to abundance. But the Two of Cups, the connection, someone feels the same way. Someone's feeling the same way. Starting something new and going after it, and maybe making something happen or creating something because the other person is very similar to how you guys are anyway. Very interesting, Aquarius. Your hopes and fears are showing the Four of Pentacles, so it's almost as if you're afraid to step out of your comfort zone, or there's a fear of stepping outside of your comfort zone, or being vulnerable externally again. Because internally you're very vulnerable. Internally you're in a very vulnerable place. Nobody knows it, but you do. And I think that's the thing. If you show your vulnerability, it's different, right? Show what you feel you need. Because sometimes the King of Cups may need something. He can take care of himself, I'm sure. Everybody in this reading, in the Cups can. He's very independent. He can be pretty independent, but he's very passive. I don't think the King of Cups is, I don't think this King of Cups wouldn't, mind being taken care of. And I think, honestly, the Empress is coming up here to show, whoa, all right. Showing vulnerability is a situation. The Empress is another situation that shows vulnerability. Being vulnerable and being vulnerable to receiving something. Because before you used to go off and do it all yourself. Go off and make it happen yourself. Go off and, if you needed something, you make it happen. You fight for it. You've been a soldier for quite a long time, Aquarius. Or you've been fighting for something for a while. Now, these karmic cards, these are usually something that happens over time, right? You gain karma due to experience. Well, the karma is coming up now saying that, yeah, you may be feeling a connection heavy because you're denying yourself denying yourself receiving something, right? From receiving something. Maybe there's something that needs to be gained from you by patience and being open to it. because the high priestess is open. She is, able to receive. You are open, Aquarius. You are open, but the thing is that you're very good at controlling how you feel, controlling what you feel that you need, and you go off and fight for it yourself. You go off whatever you feel like you need. You go off and get it yourself. The Four of Pentacles is honestly is a stable place, yes, for this individual, but this person ultimately is very vulnerable because they're afraid of being left out in the cold. They're afraid of losing everything. Okay, losing their mock, confidence, which is really nothing. This is not confidence. This person is holding on to the cups, to the pentacles, yes, because they work very hard for it, but this is the only thing that they know that's going to keep them very stable and very safe. And I feel like with the Empress being in your advice, this is not talking about creating something. This is talking about being open to receiving care, love from somebody that is your partner, someone that is your other half, allowing them to take care of you because you take care of somebody, other people, or perhaps that you have been doing things on your own and perhaps you need to just let someone else take care of it for you. Allow that other person to take care of you. And you may feel like the old habits, that's what I was saying, this may be old habits, not necessarily, this could be the connection. It's very interesting. It could be that for a long time within your relationships, you've been doing things on your own, you've been doing things by yourself. Even within your relationship, you're very independent, you're very, not isolated, but very individual in your relationships, right? You find your individuality in groups, which is why the Three of Cups is coming up. But sometimes letting someone else in to help you and let someone else do some heavy lifting for you isn't a bad thing. And I feel like letting someone in to take care of you sometimes, that's the behavior that needs to change. That's what the karma is coming up for. That's why the High Priestess is coming up. It's perhaps allowing someone else to take care of you for once. Because the Empress is not about you taking care of someone else. I don't think so. I think this is allowing this person, whoever this is that you feel is immature, or someone that you feel is younger than you, that probably can't take care of themselves, right? Well, letting them take care of you. And I feel like this person may be coming in with some sort of Page of Pentacles of wanting to take care of you, something that is of value, something that can build you a fortress stronger than you can potentially, stronger than you can build yourself. And not because that you can't build yourself a strong fortress, but that your fortress can be better and bigger and awesome because you not only have yourself as a fortress, but you have someone else's fortress to build with your fortress. That's why the Empress is coming up as well, to build a fortress with other people's fortresses. Build it together instead of doing it by yourself. Okay, and it's hard to do, right? It's very hard to be like that, to be open and to be vulnerable and open with other people, especially with a person other than, like, not with friends. Because it's like, yeah, you can build a fortress with friends all the time. That's perfect. That's everything. But the Two of Cups is the hardest part because, you have so much. You're a perfect partner. It has to be perfect. The person has to be perfect. And sometimes they have to be, they have to be reciprocal, right? They have to show that they're on their own ground. They have to show their own independence. They have to show their own strengths. They have to show their own love source. They have to be independent in so many ways. But I feel like this person, even though they come off very, very young, they have all this already. That's probably why you have the king. The kings are coming up because this person is mastering this. But it's mastering the ability to allow people to give to you as well that can really help. Perhaps there's new boundaries that need to be made in regards to receiving now, or for you, or for yourself, receiving something, because you can't continue to deny yourself something that's causing you a lot of stress here. Okay, and I feel like ultimately it has a lot to do with letting the person build your foundation with you. Not just by yourself, you don't have to be so separate. You don't have to be so detached from other people. You don't have to let people just, you don't have to take care of everybody else because ultimately you ended up doing everything on your own. Allowing other people that put in their, to take care of you. That's the part that I feel like is coming up.